Traveling alone might be the best decision you ever make. Trust me on that. Thank you for joining me once again on my show. So today again, I like to really talk about things that I'm trying to get people to open their mind, just to relate to them, and everyday struggles, And one of the struggles I think a lot of people around the world that I talk to, and even friends and all that, is the fact that they're not sure if they should travel alone. I cannot emphasize more on how it is amazing to travel alone. Why is that? Traveling alone is not just about going somewhere and not having anyone around you. Traveling alone is putting yourself in a position of taking a big decision of going somewhere alone and allowing yourself to embrace so many cultures and so many different aspects of life in the country that you're visiting, without really any biases or influences or outside noise. It's liberating, honestly. Now, I can only talk from experience, and I'm somebody who's traveled alone plenty of times by choice. And I have to say, it's fucking amazing. No doubt about it. It's such an amazing feeling to explore a place and do your own thing. And not just that, for a lot of people will come with the excuse and say, well, I'm just not social enough. I can't easily go make friends and talk to them. You don't have to make friends. You don't really have to go out of your way to make friends and speak to people. You can build acquaintances. You can build travel relations in those countries. You can work on those things. I think it's one of the fundamental aspects that helps you overcome the things that are, you're not good at, which is how to communicate, how to navigate in a situation that you don't really have anyone to help you in, how to perhaps maybe take on a sport, self-defense sport, if you're worried about someone attacking you and you're alone. That doesn't happen. But I think the biggest thing that you can really explore is stereotypes. I'll give you an example. I was in Serbia, Belgrade, a couple of years ago, and I've been to Serbia like multiple times within the last maybe 3-4 years. And Serbia is a very beautiful country. It's an amazing place. But you always hear this notion that, people look at you funny if you're from a different culture, a different color, and you don't know if people are going to be racist to you or not. I tell you now, when I was in Belgrade and I stayed there for a couple of weeks, people are so amazing, people are so nice, very respectful. I think it was an unbelievable experience. I really had a great time. I got to know many, many people. And in fact, I found out that there are people who are staying there that aren't even Serbian, from different cultures, from Cuba, from Latin America, from Africa, from, Western Europe. And they're all staying and living in Belgrade. Some are working, some, are studying, some are doing their own thing, businesses. And I think this gives you an understanding of what could be one of the reasons. It's to dispel stereotypes. Traveling alone also helps you dispel stereotypes. Now, of course, I'm a guy. Ladies, I understand that you're still worried about being alone, and I know there could be a situation where people are going to attack you or do something, and trust me, that's not what I'm saying. And I think traveling alone is a situation where you should really study the pros and cons in any country that you're visiting. There are definitely countries where there are safety issues, no doubt, and it's riskier to be alone. But speaking from a guy, in his late 20s, early 30s, someone who's traveled a lot alone, I can say that it's been a pleasant experience. It's been a great experience, and it's something that I recommend any person that should do. And more importantly, like I said, one of the best things about traveling alone is that it takes you out of your comfort space. It allows you to initiate doing things instead of relying on possibly a friend or partner or whoever is going to come with you and deferring all the time. Now you have to be the initiator. You have to be the person that says things, that makes things happen. Some people don't like doing that, and some people, I think they don't realize that they can do it, but they discover it a bit too late, basically. One of the other things that I always hear about people telling me that if I travel alone, I'll be bored. I'll be bored. So I laugh on that because it's to me it's very weird. So the people that are with you, are they entertainment or something? Are you do you want the circus to be with you or something? What exactly is the idea that you have of companionship? But aside from that, you create your own fun. You discover new things that you like to do. If you didn't know that you like hiking, you can do it now. If you're somebody that who had no appreciation for architecture and art, discover that about yourself. Maybe you're somebody who likes to do that. I personally, and again, I don't like using me as the only example, but I can only tell you my experience. But I've always found ways to entertain myself, whether that's meeting somebody and there and obviously chilling with them and going out with them, whether that's obviously touring the city, seeing different things, whether obviously going to a nightlife event, party, socialize there and meet somebody. Many things, I've hopped around, and it's always been quite, for the most part, quite pleasant. I may have went to over 5-10 countries, between 5 and 10 countries alone, and it's really good. Obviously there are times, no doubt, there are times when you're it's too cold to walk outside. You would rather just chill indoors and have someone to talk to or spend time with, a friend you wish that you were there, and that happens. But overall, I think it's a good thing, and it liberates your mind. It allows you to really embrace and consume cultures better, mentalities, people, understand what works and what doesn't work, and it gives you perspective. Perspective is always going to be the most important thing in all these experiences, because when you have perspective and you want to obviously adapt it or kind of showcase it in your life and see how it works for you, you can always use these comparisons, and someone like me who lives in Dubai, that's a melting pot and different personalities and different cultures. It's a prime example of, if you want to meet somebody or if you want to become friends with somebody, you understand a lot more about their background and their culture, because maybe you've been to their country, or maybe because you met so many different people from all over the world in their home countries, and then you have a respect for their perspective. You have an understanding for their values and their cultures and what they stand for and what they believe in. So traveling alone is always welcomed for me. It's a great idea. Some might say that I enjoy it more than people. No, I'm kidding. I think people are still going to be fun. Friends, girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, whoever, wife, family. I think that's always a good thing. That's always going to be a plus. But think about it. I think you should think about it. Obviously, it's going to be more expensive. I think it's going to be more costly, because you don't split things 50-50 anymore. But you will always have this better enthusiasm. And hey man, maybe this video will be one that gives you encouragement for that push. God knows how many people, really how many people have texted me and asked me how traveling alone is, or was planning things with me. And I think one of the things also that can help you be more excited is plan out your vacation. This is what I'm going to do today, this is where I'm going to go today, this is what's going to happen today. I think if you go a little unplanned, you could be a less excited, because I don't think anyone likes to plan within a vacation, because they feel like they're wasting time. So plan out your vacation, plan out your trip, how you want to do it, and go for it. You're going to love it. It's going to help you a lot.